So this is the song Ek Hasina Thi from the movie Karz, and the guitar is performed by Gorakh Sharma, and in the movie it's sung by Rishi Kapoor. These two versions of the song are in two different keys, so I just combined them into one main key, just so that I can enjoy it in its full beauty. So I put it into E minor. So everything that happens in the movie I put in E minor as well, and then Gorakh Sharma's version is in E minor as well. So it's just like that. So the majority of this song is going to be taking place between the 5th fret and the 15th fret. So you won't really play further down here or higher up. So generally there. And yeah, so couple things about it is the certain parts are a lot more challenging than others. Other parts are fairly straightforward, but they can be rhythmically challenging. So let's begin. So the actual song starts with, so this will be a C major bar chord. So just like that. If you don't know what a C major bar chord looks like, I think just have a look at a chart. I think it'll take too long for me to explain every little detail. Okay, so C major bar chord, and then you take this entire shape and you shift it down for a B major bar chord. And then you take this entire shape and you shift it down one string each for the E minor bar chord. So you have this exact configuration. So index, ring, pinky, and middle finger. So like that. And you shift this down one fret. And then you shift this entire thing down, this entire shape down, one string each. So all your fingers go down one string each. Like that. Cool. And then there's a certain melody that is based on Rishi Kapoor's version. So it's like, Ek Hasina Thi. So that's the. So it's going to be on the B string, 8, 7, and then G string, 9, B string 7, and then G string 8. So for the rhythm, you'll just have to listen to the actual song itself, but it's like 1, 2, 3. Like that. And then it takes the second part of it, which is the so 7 on the B, 9 on the G, 8 on the G, 9 on the G again, and then 10 on the D. So okay, then there's the Kya Umar part. So you can play if you want, but I go. So you press down on the 5th fret of the D string. You pick once, and then you hammer on with your ring finger on the 7th fret, and then you pull off. So this is now a technique known as legato. So you go. So I'm leaving my index finger there, and then I hammer on. My index finger is still there, holding that note, so that when I let go, and I pull it like this. So important to note is when you're doing this, you have to make sure that you are muting the strings below it. I'm doing that with these 3 fingers, so I'm holding the G, the B, and the E strings with these fingers. If I'm not doing that, it's going to sound like this. It's going to sound very weird, so I sort of want that control. So I'll go, and then I'll slide down one fret to the 4. And then you take this exact shape, and you do it exactly the same way, but one string higher. So I'm going to go, and then like that. and then you're gonna go to the 9th fret G string again, and then there's the Kyazama part, so you're gonna go so 9, 8, 9, and then 7 on the B string, 8 on the B string, 10 on the B string, and then back to 8 on the B string, and then you're going to be back in your sort of your E minor environment. So it's like that part. Okay, so that's pretty much the intro and the verse. The first, well, not really the verse according to Rishi Kapoor's version, but according to this, it is. So you're gonna have that thing repeat twice. In between some of these licks, I have certain fills and things that I do. Like when I start with a, then there's another guitar that is in the background that's going like. So, which is a bit faster, and there's just something extra. But how that works is it's so 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a little bit more difficult to do. I think if anyone really wants to learn that specific part, I'll break it down in another video, because this can take very, very long if I'm going to explain this all in one video. So there's all these little embellishments and things that I can do, and yeah, then you get to the sort of the refrain part, the a little bit of a break, so it's like. So that's going to be, you're going to pretty much assign each finger to a fret. So my index will be in the 7th fret, middle will be in the 8, 9, and 10. So any note that I play in one of those frets, I'm going to use the corresponding finger. So I'm going to place it there. So I'm going to go 9 on the G, 9, 10, 9. So but I'm not going to let it ring. I'm going to go like. So it's going to be 9, 10, 9, 7, 9. And then on the D string, it's going to be 7, 9, 7. So there's two variations to it. There's the first one, which is so it's and then there's the second one. The second time you do it, you go. So instead of going, you go. So 9, 10, 9, 7, 9. So like that. Then you go to the second sort of instrumental part before the actual movie part goes to the verse. But the instrumental part before that is like. Really, really cool part. So again, I'm going to be using my fingers in one fret. So wherever a note appears corresponding in one of those frets, I'm going to use the exact fingers. I'm going to go 7, 8, 7, 10 on the B string, and then 7 on the E string. So, and then on the B string, 10, 10, 7, 8, 10, 7. And then you're going to go to a part that is a little bit more tricky on the fingers, but you're going to go. So you're going to go 8, 8, 7, 9 on the G string, then back to the B string, 7, and then back to the G string, 8. So. And then you're going to go 7 on the D string, 8 8 on the G string, 7 on the B string. So you're going to go. So, and then back to the 9 on the G string, and then 9, 9, 7, 9, 8, 9. So how I would practice this thing, because it's one of the more tricky parts in the song, how I would practice this would be, I would take each grouping individually. So there's pretty much 4 groupings. So the first one is, so I'll just practice that. When I'm comfortable with that, then I'll go to the second one. And then I'll go to the third group. So the thing that makes this difficult is you're changing between 3 strings. So you go. Then the fourth group. So I'll practice each grouping individually, just so that I can isolate them. Stitching them together is a lot easier than what people may think, but it's much easier to practice a short string of notes than a full, than the full thing from start to finish over and over and over. So rather, we call this chunking. So you break it up into these small little groups and putting them together to make one massive group eventually. So just I do add embellishments as well, just to make it a bit more musical. So I'll go like, so I tremolo pick the last note on each grouping. So I'll go like, but I start soft and I increase my dynamics. So I go, like that. It just adds a little bit more of the type of sound that I'm going for. So you're going to do that twice, and now we're at the next part of the song, which is where Gorakh Sharma's version really takes over. So this is the main melody that the entire song is pretty much built on. So it's going to be on the B string. You're going to be 7, 5, 7, 8. So if the timing or the rhythm is a little bit challenging, what you can do is you can fill the gap. So you play one type of note value over and over, so it's easier to keep time. So for example, it's like, so because you're now syncopating the rhythm, filling the gaps with notes of the same value will just be easier to process rhythmically. So you can go like, so you sort of emphasize those specific ones, but eventually you want to be able to remove those extra notes that you added in. So it'll just be, so that's all good and well. Then you get to the second part of that melody. Then it's 5, 5, 6 on the B string, or not the B string, sorry, the G string, 5 on the B string, 7 on the B string, and then 4 on the B string, and then 4, 5, 7, slide to 7. So from 5. So you pick it and you slide to it. And you go back. So it's like that. And then there's a little fill that happens. It's going to be 12 on the B string, 10. So 12, 10. So it's like, I just have to check the rhythm. Just watch the video where I cover it and you'll sort of see the context of it. So it's like remember, all these fills and stuff are extra. First start by learning the exact parts, and then you can add all these extra embellishments. Then you do that whole thing twice, and then you go to sort of the I guess you can call it the verse of Gorakh Sharma's part, and then it's like you're going to be on 8 of the B string, so you're going to go 8, 10, 12, and then 10 on the E string, and then you're going to do a quick hammer on to 12 and back to 10. So it's going to be so 8, 8, 8, 10, 12, 10, 12, 10, 12, 12. So I'll practice that also individually. I'll go like because it is a bit more of a difficult motion, especially for a beginner. It's something a little bit out there, but definitely with a lot of practice, it can become very natural. So, and then you're gonna go on the E string, 12, 12, 14, 10, 10, 12. So let me just quickly play it so I can remember. So. Okay, so it's like, and then 12, 10, and then B string 12. I'm sorry, 10, and then 12 on the B string, and then you have that 11 that Gorakh Sharma does, and then you go 10, and then back to 8. So it's like. Oh man! So you pretty much play that, and you play it twice, and then once you've done that, then it's I think probably the most iconic part of the song, which is also the most difficult part. It's the fastest part. So you're going to be playing. It's again a group. It's a 4. Saying words. It's a group of 4 chunks that you're going to be doing. So each group consists of 3 different notes. So the first group consists of, on the E string, this entire thing you're going to do on the E string. So it's going to be 15, 14, and 12. Just because of the speed, I'll be playing it with these 3 fingers. I won't be using my pinky. I'll sort of use my ring finger for 15, my middle finger for 14, and my index for 12. So it's going to be like that. Now there's a specific pattern of repetition. So the first thing will be 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so I'm going to group it into groups of 4. This will make sense, just bear with me. So each bar is like 16 notes. So if you divide 16 by 4, you'll have 4. So 4 groups of 4, 8, 12, 16. Yeah, I'm not wrong. Thank goodness. So you're going to have 4 groups of 4. So the first group is going to be 15, 14, 15, 14. So, and then you're going to have 12, 14, 12, 14, 12, 14. So I'll practice that. One very, very important thing to do is if you're playing one of the notes that are higher than either the index or the middle, you can leave your index or your middle there because you don't have to lift it up. You don't have to go like this. You can rest these on there and only lift them up when you have to play the note that's to the left of it. So like, So I leave my middle finger here, and I just lift my ring finger every time I have to play this note. When I have to play with the 12, I have to lift both, but I can rest my index finger here the whole time. So first four notes of the group is cool. The second one, and then you have a group of 3. So, and then another group of 3, same. So you have a group of 6 technically, and then you finish it with 14, 12. So this technically is not 4 groups of 4. It's 2 groups of 4, then 1 of 6, and 1 of 2. It can be very confusing, but yeah, just bear with me. So I just have my first one. So that's 4, and then 4, and then that's 6. So you just the highest, middle, lowest, highest, middle, lowest. So it's also another way you can think about this is you have 3 notes. One is the lowest, one is the middle, and one is the highest. So the pattern is high, middle, low, middle, and then high to low. So high, middle, low, high, middle, low, middle, low. So that's the pattern, and that's going to apply to all the other shapes we're going to play just now. So I just want to stick on this first one for a bit. So you're going to go high, middle, and then the next group, low, middle, then descending. So high, middle, low, high, middle, low. So and then middle, low. That last one is just a group of 2. So yeah. You can group these however you want, but this is just the way I process it whenever I'm playing it. So like, and now you want to shift position, because now you're going to be playing 14, 12, and 10. So now you end it on your index finger. So what I'll do is I'll shift in my pinky on the 14. And as I'm doing that, I'm shifting my index back to the 10, so it can rest there. Because now I'm going to do again, high, middle, low, middle. Exactly the same pattern or structure. So high, middle, low, middle, then high to low, high, middle, low, and then middle, low. So and then the same thing, I'm going to be shifting my position again in exactly the same way. So I'm going to go, so I ended on the 10. Now it's going to be 12, 10, and 8. So it's going to be, you're going to shove your pinky on the 12. And as you do that, you're going to move your index to the 8. So it's going to be, so high, middle, low, middle, and then descending, high, middle, low, and then middle, low, and then you're going to end with your index finger on the 7, and then there's a bit of a full, like it goes like, so that's a bit of a quick thing, but it's then you go 7, 8, 7, 10 on the B, 7 on the E, 10, 8, 7, and then 10 on the B string again. And then you do the original melody again, that thing. So just together that'll be. So that's the really fun and fast part of the song. So then you just play that whole thing again, and then I took the sort of the reprisal from the movie, which is the Markaya Mojavan part. So the Markaya Mojavan, and it's going to be on the 7th fret on the A string, and then 10th fret on the D string. So it's going to be like, so Markaya Mojavan. So, or Vojavan, I can't remember. So Markaya Vojavan. Okay, so it's going to be 7, 7, 10, and then you're going to go 8 on the G string, 10 on the D string, and then 9 on the D string again. So it's, and then you're going to go 8, 7 on the B string, then 9 on the G string, 7 on the B, and then 8. So cool. And then you go to the sort of separate melody that they go to then. So it's going to be 9 on the G, 9 on the G, and then 8 on the G, and then 7 on the D, and then 10 on the D. So that's going to be how it sounds. So that thing. So, and then I remember it goes. So the first time it's low, high, low, mid, or low, high, or whatever, and then high, low. So, and then so like that, and then you do that. And then you have a bit of a turnaround, so it's like, so 7 on the B, 8 on the G, like that. And then how does it go then? So yeah, so like that. 9, 8, 7. Oh, sorry. 9, 8, 9 on the G, 7 on the B, 8 on the B, like that. And you do that twice, or well, technically 3 times. The first time you rest a little bit longer, so it's like, and then you rest, and then again. And then you go. I think it's uska ye karz guitar, uska ye farz guitar. So it's like uska ye karz guitar, and then uska ye farz guitar. Like that. Yeah. And then after that, in at least my version, you go back to the really interesting part there. So the high, middle, low, middle, low, middle, high, middle, low, high, middle, low, middle, low, and then you finish off with the main melody. And then you finish off. And that's pretty much the song. So I want to keep this as natural and unproduced as possible for a number of reasons. The one is it's going to be easier for me to make videos and tutorials on this stuff if I don't have to edit a million things. And another reason, which is probably the main reason, is I want to illustrate what it's actually going to sound like when you practice it. I don't want it to sound perfect. I don't want it to sound exactly on time. The same way when I recorded the cover of this song, for the first time I didn't record it with a metronome. Like I'm normally I stick to the grid, I stick to the metronome and everything. I didn't record it with a metronome. I aligned all the instruments at a later stage to my individual performance, instead of, let's say, having all the instruments on the grid and then trying to track my performance as close to the grid as possible. So I did it the opposite way around, and it feels a lot more natural and just a bit more enjoyable. And the main thing is it's more realistic. It's not a perfect thing. In the actual cover, I made certain mistakes that I thought, like, yeah, maybe I should just fix this. I'm like, no, let me keep it in there exactly the way it is, so that when someone is practicing, they know I also struggled with this part, or it's normal to actually find this part challenging or to mess this part up. There'll never be a 100% perfect performance. That doesn't exist. So I want to also portray that with everything I do here. So definitely, if you found this helpful, please, I think do all the YouTube things, like, the like and subscribe and share and all that. It was a real blast learning and covering this song. I'm going to be releasing a story about the song itself, as in the meaning of the words, the context within the film, my experience practicing and learning this thing, and what this song sort of means to me. So I'll be releasing that next weekend. But yeah, I really enjoyed learning this song, and I'll probably dedicate this to RamboGameplay. He's one of the guys that has been joining my live streams, my practice live streams from the beginning. And he introduced me to the song, and he also sent me a message like, bro, I'm still waiting for the lesson and everything. I'm like, Rambo, this is for you, man. You must enjoy this one. If you have any trouble with any of the sections, just send me, you can add a comment there, or you can send me a message and I'll help you specifically with whatever you're struggling with. Yeah, this is a long video. I can see now I'm sitting at about like 32 minutes already, but I think it's a more natural way of giving a lesson on the song. I don't want to just brain rot, cut everything perfectly, and just, the attention span and everything will be a bit of a problem. So yeah, I really hope that this lesson has been helpful. It was a real joy and pleasure making it, and I'm very excited to do more videos like this in the future. But yeah, thank you everyone, and keep well.